before the election in 2020, Joe Biden was protected and insulated by the corporate media over and over again while he hid in his Delaware basement, taking no questions at all. They didn't cover Hunter Biden. They didn't cover anything. President Donald Trump, meanwhile, was on the campaign trail, and he was taking the vitriol and the slings and the arrows, and he told us over and over what was coming if Joe Biden somehow stumbled into the Oval Office. He predicted open borders and violent crime. He predicted gas prices over $5 and $6 a gallon. He told us in advance there was a coming war on American energy. The media, the mass media, the corporate media poo-pooed all of that. They laughed. They mocked Donald Trump. Trump told us that economic calamity and hardships were coming. The only thing he was not sure about was how ugly the economic downturn and the catastrophe would be on the American people. Well, now we're quite sure. We're looking at open borders and an all-time record-setting highs for the invasion from the South. And it's not just the illegals flooding in from Central and South America, but more than half come from other countries from all over the world. Gas went far above $5 a gallon in 35 states, above $6 in a couple. And the economy is about to crater into a recession like we have not seen since at least the 1970s and 80s. And the only thing these socialist fools do is push on with the totally disingenuous and dishonest J6 committee hearings so they can somehow castrate any chance President Trump has of returning to the Oval Office. Thought I'd throw that in for the Democrats out there. They don't care about who gets hurt or how much. They just hate Trump so much they will actually sacrifice this entire nation, the entire nation. They could just destroy him once and for all. It's all they care about. Trump derangement syndrome goes full bore. So I want you to hear, this is so instructive, the predictions that were made compared to the guy who is wandering around the White House at night wondering where he is and why he's there and who the president is. That's what he's wondering. It's bite number one. I want you to hear this. Bite one. Go.
Before I took office, there were a lot of folks out there making some pretty bold predictions about how things would turn out. You might remember some of the predictions.
They're coming for your guns, they're coming for your jobs, and they're coming for your freedom. They hate American energy, and Joe Biden will shut it all down. He's going to.
That if I became president,
Biden's elected, he will wipe out your energy industry.
Another prediction that is my favorite one, I must add, is that if I got elected,
gas prices going $5, $6, $7 for a gallon. Flood your communities with criminal aliens, drugs, and crime while they live behind beautiful gated compounds. They try to take away your guns, Second Amendment, they want to take it away, while they enjoy private security that's fully armed.
I never understood that one.
You spend trillions of dollars rebuilding foreign nations, fighting foreign wars, and defending foreign borders.
So for all those predictions of doom and gloom 6 months in, here's where we stand.
Do you want to use the word recession or depression?
Think of the single mom struggling to put food on the table each month.
You know, it's sad.
So if your primary concern right now is inflation,
we could stop it in 30 minutes.
When I took office,
he finally went outside. He went to get an ice cream.
Look, the bottom line is this.
I say you're not doing a very good job. Because he can't take any questions now from the press.
Yeah, there you have it. How about those predictions, huh? Pretty spot on. Over and over, gas, $5, $6, $7 a gallon, open borders, a war on energy, attacking the Second Amendment, all true. It's all come to pass. Donald Trump had called it exactly right. Meanwhile, the corporate media continues to hide from what they did. And they did this because they refused to report on the Hunter Biden laptop. They refused to call Joe Biden out from hiding in his basement in Delaware day after day while Donald Trump was out there taking interviews, talking to people, taking the heat, discussing COVID and energy and American security and NATO and all of it, while Joe Biden fiddled around in the basement playing with his toys. Joey, it's time to go. We have to go see the people, the nice people with the cameras now. But I don't want to go. Anyhow, Others like Pete Buttigieg, I want to jump to bite number 4 here. Others like Pete Buttigieg don't seem to care much about the price of gas or what Americans are going through. They laugh it off every single time. I want you to hear bite 4. Here it is. Go.
Half of that increase started prior to the first Russian soldiers arriving near Ukraine. You can't blame it all on the Ukraine, right?
What about the other half?
Well, that
No,
was.
what about the other half?
No,
that's a pretty important half.
Well, but that half
look, the
before
bottom
we
line
had
is,
run up. Your administration has blamed this on the war, and that was certainly a big factor. But gas prices had gone up 50% already before the war. So to me, that's half of the blame, not all of the blame.
Half the blame, at least, maybe more, as Pete Buttigieg laughs off the price of gasoline. Now, I want to share one more clip with you here before we get to the break. The reason is, we've heard a lot about the strategic reserve, so we're going to go to bite 5 here. The strategic reserve, it's oil that we set aside in case we have a war or there's a real crisis, and we have to supply the military with fuel or police or fire or whatever it may be. But Joe Biden's been tapping into this under the false claim that somehow it'll help gas prices. But we're sending millions and millions of barrels of oil from the strategic oil reserve to countries like China. It's true. 5 million barrels went out and went overseas, much to China. But our White House press secretary has no idea what's going on. It's bite number 5. Go.
And then there's a Reuters report out this morning that says that more than 5 million barrels of oil that were released from the emergency oil reserves were exported to Europe and Asia last month, and some of it reportedly was actually heading to China. Is the administration aware of those reports? And does the president mind that some of this oil that was meant to ease pain for consumers is headed overseas?
I have not seen that report, so I would honestly have to go look into it and see what the truth is in that statement that you just laid out, and see exactly what's happening. I just have not seen that report.
No idea what's going on. Look, I'm just supposed to give you information, but I don't know nothing. Nothing. All right, buckle up. We're just getting rolling here. We're going to talk about that Joe Rogan report, never wanting to interview Donald Trump. We're going to talk about gas demand, where we are price-wise, and a whole lot more as we lean into this post-4th of July summer and a big heat wave on the way as well. Don't go anywhere. It's the Steve Gruber Show.